Did Mr. Brain Chip Elon Musk just caused the biggest crash since our simpin' cuck friend Sam Bankman-Fried caught his nerdy girlfriend Caroline cheating on him with the Bohemian Boys? Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea, hey. Good morning, everybody. My name is pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning tea. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the down. The FOMO index has plummeted down to 37 from yesterday's 50. Bitcoin dominance is 48.5%. 24-hour volume is 70 billion. The overall market cap is 1.07 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, what a day. Haven't had such a bloody day since the old FTX debacle back in June 2022. But we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little dump. A lot like this red spinning top candle from back in May, which had a healthy green candle and continued to dump another 10%. And where would another 10% from here take us? Well, that would be down at 26.6-ish. Jeepers, it looks like the MACD is once again crossed bearish. Last time we did this, we did test support down at 26K-ish before crossing bullish again. Seems the 20 moving averages crossed bearish over the 50. And well, the last time that happened, back on May 7th, we experienced a 13% loss. And where would a 13% loss take us right now? Well, that's way down at 25.7. Lord love a duck. She didn't do just that. After a brief wrestle with her channel support down at 28K, the capitulatrix flashed her bearish wand and price action plummeted down, finding a bottom and a bounce at 25.2 and has rallied back to a time of production 26.6, putting us just over our new channel support 26.4. Now I'm going to be watching this support level very closely today, as she's got to hold, or well, we're in for a more rougher landing, if you catch my drift. Now over on the ding-dong, we are under all three moving averages, a position we haven't seen since our last market bottom, way back in November 2022.
That which once went will get candlesticks.
Ah yes, the angelical voices of the children's choir of enchanted wicks, letting us know that a juicy wick has been sacrificed to the gods of wickedness down at 25.2, which is also our next support level if we break under our current one. Optimistically speaking, I'd like to get back up and over the 200 moving average at 27.4, a level we were keeping our papers on yesterday on the Wookiee. And speaking of the Wookiee, our free throw analogy played out perfectly. Well, Even better than we'd like, and we broke through 27.4, our ascending channel support level, and are currently under the 200 moving average. Now we said yesterday that below were in bearish territory, and, well, we're in bearish territory. If we don't recover back up and into our ascending channel at 27.4, our next support level down would be at 24.3-ish. Jagabor. Now, a lot of people have been speculating that Mr. Brain Chip Elon Musk has sold off his SpaceX Bitcoin position, causing a massive drop. And yes, it may be an ingredient in this stank pie, but we can't just forget about the overall macro state, the world's economy, and say that the historic and unprecedented weakness from China to Russia and the House of Cards Ponzi scheme that is the U.S. economy couldn't have also been a dirty old cook in this bearish, stanky pie. And would you look at that, my friends? The sun is up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth today. None of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them anyway. So get out there and knock them dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected elites. And that's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a cup of coffee. And it's Friday, so sing me out, won't you? Around the banks of Boom-Nish-Bang. Whoa. Ching. Have a great weekend, everybody. Another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them anyway. Well, what a day yesterday. I remember I was playing the gig at Hargrave. It was outdoors, and of course I got my phone there. I got the little chart on top of my song lists. I'm like, holy smokes. She's crashing hard. Sure enough, it's like when I saw it at 26.6, I thought, I feel like I've said 26.6 before. So I quickly go into my notes in between songs, and sure enough, there's 26.6. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Let's see some good mornings here. Terry Rooster, Brendan, Remedial Joe, pianomattyb BOG, helping build the channel. Sneaky Pete, Vaporizer, Tom Asks 3 from Wales. Squeaky McGee, Tyler, Dave Digital. Thank you for sharing this on your, wherever you shared it. Can't remember where you shared it. Storm Chasing Video, pianomattyb BOG, helping build the channel. Terry Crow, pianomattyb BOG, helping build the channel. Trevor Sunderman, Louis H, Mad Faded Baby, Jamie Gramage, David Sony Music, Christopher Selden, Michael McClure, Earthska Misco, pianomattyb BOG, helping build the channel. Driftman, Baseball and Crypto. Camo Crawdad, good morning, big sales today. Hunters Below, Brendan, John Super Fresh. I think I saw Mario Cantonese in there as well. Oh, look who's here. Are you coming up here, Fibonacci? Might as well say hi. You look like he's got that look in his eye. Like, I need something. I'm not sure. I mean, I hate to say I need a little affection because I'm Siamese and I don't really like affection. He's walking away. Anyway, yeah, what a crazy day. She crashed pretty hard. That was the biggest crash since old Simpin Cuck SBF.
caught his girlfriend Caroline banging those Bohemian boys down in Bahamas. But we talked about it, so should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community and Bitcoin price action. Well, she had a little dump. Dave Digital. Coffee, Terry Crow saying the coffee's tasting good this morning. Yes, I've had about 3 cups of coffee, which is my kind of normal. I was up at 3:30 today. What a long day yesterday. I was a little crazy. Making the video, doing the auction. I wonder if Crypto Spanky Panks or faces. He tuned in to the auction. I saw him on the little notes there. Wonder if he's tuning in again today. Not really a loss for SBF. That chick looked like a troll, says Remedial Joe. Yeah, but she's stitched in. She's one of those elite, useful idiots. Her parents probably protecting her till the cows come home. Paul Mack says it's freezing here in Rochester, New York today. Well, Paul Mack, I'd like to introduce you to Winnipeg before you start saying where you live is cold. I'm pretty sure it's 15 degrees here. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit down in the States, but 15 degrees is ideal temperature. So it's funny, whenever there's a big dump, everyone likes to find a reason. Like one reason. Like it'll kind of make everything feel better. Oh, that's why. That's why it crashed. And so let's just go down the road that he did sell his position, 59 Fahrenheit. Gotcha, Misko. Fahrenheit. Let's just go down the road that he did sell his position in SpaceX for $300 million. Is it really going to crash the market with that red candle we saw? I don't think so. Was it, does anyone have the timing of it? Like, when is it released? Is someone making a call? Blah, blah, blah. SpaceX just dumped, sell everything. I don't know. I just don't buy it. And is it OTC? Did he sell it over the counter? And then when I think of OTC, I wonder, how come there is a over the counter just there for the big whales to behind the scene buy and sell? It screams, or it doesn't scream, it whispers and hints at a window of manipulation. If these whales can go in there and sell over the counter, buy over the counter, well, what happens to the retail market? Does it play catch up? So let's say $300 million worth of Bitcoin was dumped over the counter. What happens when retail goes to sell? How does that affect in real time the actual price of Bitcoin? I don't like it. It's one of those things. One of the reasons I got out of currency trading was I just felt like there was so much manipulation and so much. The stop hunters. I felt the stop hunters were just the myth of the A book and the B book. A book is legit book. B book is the book that they see the back end, so they know who's putting their bets in. Once I kind of found that out, I was like, I don't want to be playing this game. That's why I always say you got to be a pro, and you have to be such a pro that you understand how the crooks work and how the cheaters are working. Over-the-counter is discounted, though. I've sold over-the-counter once back in 2021. Yeah, well, I bet you, it's kind of like an auction of sorts. I want to sell this. Do I have a buyer? Or I want to buy this. Do I have a seller? I'm sure it's not the usual market, but then again, therein lies another layer of the market that, isn't necessarily attainable for us. Yes, I caught it before Barbaric Puma retracted it. Now, when I see Barbaric Puma, I feel like it's a a woman's name because I see Barb first, but then it's barbaric puma. And you're like, that is probably a guy, maybe. I don't know. These avatars, I kind of get a feminine, masculine kind of image from some of them, even though they may not actually co-align. Flatsmack says 30% dips in bull markets are completely normal with Bitcoin. Yes, for sure they are. Not a woman. Well, how do you know what a woman is, barbaric puma? Yeah, they are normal, 30%, but people love to, especially when we're coming off like the longest channel of eternal monotony I think we've ever been in for a long time, or it feels like it's the longest we've ever been in. These moves are almost, they're like a blow-off steam, even though it was bearish and, you know, a lot of people's wallets are a little lighter than they used to be. It's still kind of, I don't know, is exciting the word? Just the pulse is back, you know, the excitement that the market can move. It's kind of back in action. So I like to see that. I actually think I'm going to DCA after this. I like 29K, so I gotta like, what is it, 26.3 even better? Can it go down? Yeah. Fibonacci, don't mess with any of this stuff. Why can't you just come up on this way? See, I just said come up on this way. What does he do? He moves around and comes up on this way. My other cat would have just plowed through. Hi, Fibonacci. He's being nice today. It means he probably had a savage beating of a mouse or a bird or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's the Elon Musk. What's up, buddy? He never really likes attention, except for my mom. For some reason, he loves attention from the nanny. So after the movement, what do we have left in August? Nothing much. We have the, what is it, Jackson Hole? Where they all meet at a nice little lush country club. Talk about what's going on with the cigars and the scotch on the rocks. What a year. I think there might be a speech from old Scotch on the Rocks Booze Breath, Jerry Pow at Jackson Hole Summit. But really, last year, it was a nothing burger. I feel like Jackson Hole Summit kicked off the nothing of nothing burgers for the next year. Every CPI Don't Care was a nothing burger. Every FOMC meeting was basically a nothing burger. But when I say nothing burger, I mean it was all kind of baked in. So we get these prices in between the release of the information that are basically baked in. This cat sheds. Hello. The neighbor's riding her bike to wherever she works. I don't know where she works. Jerome gets to show off his new boots. Yes. I saw a tweet that Donald Trump's wouldn't have hired Jerome Powell. And I was thinking, didn't he hire Jerome Powell? What are these terms these Fed chairs get? Are they infinite? Or are they 13 years, something like that? Correct? If anyone knows in the chat, are they 13 years? I know it's a weird number, so it kind of can transcend presidential institutions, so to speak. Usually 10 years, Misco says. Beat yesterday's viewers. Go tell someone to join us quick. Yes. I think we got 100 yesterday. Yes, Misco says, but can be extended. Yeah, and then they probably have the cushiest little pension after their stint controlling the levers of the money markets. Gary Gensler wants Yellen's. I can't see that. This Yellen's job now. The heart's in the way. Geez, that heart's really Never has a heart messed me up so much as the heart emoji in the YouTube comment section. Can you imagine Gary Gensler getting into Yellen's job? Matt Faded Baby says no term limits in Senate and Congress is a contributing factor for America's problems. I 100% agree. I think it's ludicrous that they can just sit there for a lifetime. They get old and decrepit. They can barely talk. They can barely walk, and they're still in there. It makes me sick. They should have, for sure, a term, and then they should definitely have tests. Are you even able to work a job, let alone the Senate? I would assume they spend most of their time in a massive office with a staff around them doing all their work. Right? What was it? Isn't there some super old one that's 90 that aren't they having seizures while they're doing speeches too? Squeaky McGee, we need term limits for every government position. The whole government is practically run by the elderly. I know. And to a certain degree, and I think this applied when elderly were 40 to 60. You know, when back in the Roman days, if you were 60, you were, pretty old. You could develop a lifetime of wisdom and still be sharp. 40 to 60, that's young. That's my window, for the love of Pete, Sneaky Pete. So 40 to 60, you're still a very capable and functioning human being. Now, 60 to 80, she's slowing down. 70 to 90, well, let's just be gentle with them and retire them for their own. Like, what are they? They're not quitting because it's a too cushy job. There's not enough stress in it that they just milking the system. And who's paying for it? The taxpayers. That's crazy. I say there's one thing you can do if you don't like the taxes. I'm not going to say it on here, but you know what you can do. It's different in the States. I know that. That's why you got to have a business so you can write things off. So at the end of the video, I said contributing factors to the sell-off was just the macroeconomic situation within the world. Not that it's going to tank Bitcoin, but we were just talking yesterday in the stream that nothing's looking good. We're not looking good in the world, the macro economy. Everything's looking like it's spiraling out of control. And speaking of elderly wisdom, all the talking heads that I watch, the Jim Rickards and the Doug Caseys, they've been talking about a crash of epic proportions for so long. And I know you just keep talking about it's going to happen eventually. But, I mean, everything is pointing to it. So now when you see some of the dominoes falling like China, and I don't think we'll see all the dominoes falling because China will just go dark, will go black. They can do it. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about transparency economically unless it benefits them. So they'll keep the information that they want us to see visible and they'll take away the things that they don't. So we won't hear those negative tick downs, if it were, from China. But these are the dominoes that may fall. And when they do fall, it's going to be quick. What is the term? Slowly, then all of a sudden. Hunters blow Evergrande bankruptcy. Yes, filing for Chapter 15. I love these chapters. Bankruptcy, eh? Chapter 11. Chapter 15. It's bizarre. Is Jim Rickards from the movie The Big Short? That's a good question. Whether what Brad Pitt's character was Jim Richards. I don't know. It could be. Kind of. He worked for the CIA and the NSA. Maybe it is. We'll have to take a look at that. See if that actually happened. What are all these chapters? Is there chapter 1 through 15 in the bankruptcy book of bankruptcy? Evergrande filed bankruptcy just before the crash. Then later people blame Elon, says Remedial Joe. Well, we need resolution in these crashes. Personally, I don't care. It crashes. I was excited. I'm going to DCA today. Get it at a lower price. I was going to DCA yesterday. I just forgot because I had that 16-hour day. Where do you fit it in? You know, to me, I got to go in there, set up the ledger. It's a good 10, 15-minute process to get that DCA going. So I'll do that now because I have a little bit of a window here before Duke and I go play squash in the morning. So I'll take that time to DCA. Misko says some chapters let you reorganize and allow businesses to keep operating. Yes, bankruptcy protection. Well, bankruptcy is never invented for the poor. It's just a nice little lever corporations can press to get out of jail free, so to speak. But when you personally go into bankruptcy, people think of it as like this kind of social scarlet letter that you have to wear. Oh, they went bankrupt. It's not. Most wealthy people have gone bankrupt many, 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 many times on much a larger scale than any retail personal bankruptcy that may have happened. So we saw a visit from the children's choir. The angelic voices warning us that there may be a sacrificial wick down at 25.2. And I know it's not in the book of technical analysis, but these pesky little brats, they're pretty accurate. You know, and it reminds me of the CME gaps almost. Every time there's a substantial wick, it's almost like we got to fill that hole and get it done. So that's 25.2. So when I was looking for the 26.6, when I saw it at the gig yesterday, I saw another number, and it was 19.2. And I can't remember what the lead up to it was. It was something on the Wookiee. But there's a 19.2 on those charts, my friends. I'll look into it maybe over on the weekend, see where it went, or see what it applied to. So 19.2, holy smokes. Now, most of you would be happy with 19.2, as I would. I'd probably be ecstatic. I'm having trouble getting on to the pay rails. Up in Canada, it gets a little weird here. Gemini will no longer accept any of my on-ramp rails, so I got to circumvent the system. So she gets a little dicey. I got to go through channels I don't really want to go through, but if it goes down to 19, I will exercise those channels. Basically, find as much dry powder as I can get and put it in. Because I don't think 19K, if we see 19K, it'll be the last time we ever see a 19K again, I think. That's my heartbreakingly optimistic opinion about it. So tonight, my friends, is the live piano bar, the world's biggest. Oh, look at that. See that little scratch there? Looks like where Spider-Man would send out his things. Last night when I was taking off the legs of the piano, they screw out very easily. There was a little nick in it, a sliver, and it just went yoink right in. A perfect incision. And I look at it, and I took it off, and it peeled off the little block. And it was just sticking out of my hand. And I showed it to Kyle. He's like, oh my God, blood dripping down. Those are some of the risks you take as a outdoor piano player for these outdoor gigs. Yes, Mad Faded Baby, September is historically bearish, 8 out of 12. months have shown a negative 5% average loss. So, oh snap. So, it's the live piano bar. If you guys can make it, let's try to get it over 50. Whoa, look at that. It's camera. This little Dickens made this. And if you know Skibbity Toilets, I think it is. It's like, to me, when I saw Baby Shark, remember Baby Shark, Shark? When I went to learn it, there was like 6 billion views. I kept on hearing Skibbity Toilets. How does the song go, Duke?
Skibbity dum dum dum, yes yes. Skibbity dabba dum nip nip. Skibbity dum dum dum, yes yes. Skibbity dabba dum nip.
Right. So I kept on hearing the song coming from whenever he's watching YouTube. Skibbity dum dum dum, yes yes. Skibbity dum dum dum, deep deep. And apparently it's a huge.
Not how it goes.
Oh, sorry, buddy. That's how I interpret it. Apparently it's a massive YouTube phenomenon. Anyway, he loves it, and there's these characters called Cameraman. So I'm not sure how he did this. He's got a little microphone here too, made out of a can. It's crazy. So he made this, and he made a video. What? Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah,
Is the video on the YouTube channel, or is it on Mum's?
Mum's.
Okay, well, we'll wait till you got one. Anyway, it's got like 300 views. So he's pretty happy about that. Where he dances to, show him the dance to, everybody wants to rule the world. Anyway, okay.
There's not enough space.
Yes. So another reminder, if you guys can drop in and try to get that attendance over 50 just to spike. Say hello. You got to do something on a Friday or Saturday. I get it.
We're playing the same.
Can you take this off though? We can't hear you because of this thing. There you go. Hold on. Are we bearish or bullish after this massive red candle wick down? Duck, duck. Are we bearish or bullish? Bullish.
Nanny's, of course, watching.
Okay, he's always bullish when Nanny's watching. The nanny indicator. Okay. Well,
We're playing the same game as our psychopaths and collected our leads. Oh, where's the psychopath? Coming up.
That's right.
Psychopath.
Yeah. That's right.
That's right. It's a long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic. Almost spilled your coffee.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. Day. I want the banks to boom the swing. Bitcoin for humanity. Hey.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you later, or we'll catch you Monday.
Make sure you like and subscribe and share this